Hello and welcome again to another episode of Truly Happy Juan. Ayaw mo bang magbenta? No? Maraming mga tao sabi nila 95% ayaw magbenta. Pero actually very important skill po 'yan lalo ngayon, no? Yung mga nagbebenta online or nagbebenta face to face. Yan yung topic natin ngayon dito sa Truly Happy Juan. I'm Eric Calugdan, and together with us is Sir Enrico Garcia. I used to be an IT consultant for Unisys, and then after a year, I put up my own business called Infotext. I'm also the CIO of Philpax and also CTO of Sante. So you can call me a serial entrepreneur. And Sir Enrico, on the other hand, used to be the retail operations manager of Shell, and then after Shell, he became the country manager of Herbalife. After Herbalife, he became the Director of Operations of Avon and one of the Board of Directors of the Direct Selling Association of the Philippines. Now, he is a mindset coach and also the Director for International Operations of Sante. So, welcome again dito sa ating Truly Happy One series. No, we're already at episode number 52, Sir Enrico. May isang taon na.
Wow!
Ayan. We do this every Saturdays at 5 p.m. no, via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And before we go to our main topic for today, please let us know where you are watching from. Type nyo dyan sa comment section sa Facebook, like watching from Mandaluyong or watching from Makati or Dubai, para malaman natin kung saan itong ating episode umaabot. And also, this is an interactive session. So if you have questions or feedback, no, please type them sa comment section or sa chat section sa YouTube. And wag na rin kayong mahiya. Please like, no, comment, and of course, tag your friends na sa tingin nyo makakatulong itong topic natin ngayon about selling. Okay? Very important skill po yan ngayon. And pwede nyo i-share yung video. Feel free to share your video, this video. And of course, subscribe na rin kayo sa YouTube para wala kayong ma-miss na mga episodes. Merong red button dyan sa baba sa YouTube na subscribe. It's free. Just click on the subscribe button para wala kayong ma-miss na episodes. We also have a Facebook group na Truly Happy One. Yung link dun sa Facebook group na yun, nasa description din itong video. Yun yung pinaka-last link ng video na to na pwede nyong mag-join dun sa group na yon para na-update kayo lagi anong bago dito sa Truly Happy One. Ayan, nanonood po sa atin si Alma Lozano, Sharon Calugdan, of course. Thank you for watching. Philip Ko is also watching us, Sir Enrico. We also have Sir Gabi Dadiva. Sabi niya, Sir Enrico, Eric, for 52nd episode, 1 year of being Truly Happy One from Paranaque. Ayan, we have a viewer from Laguna, near Pagsanhan, and from GMA Cavite. Wow!
Wow! Wonderful.
Wow. Welcome. Thank you po for watching. And itong episode natin is very special. Tama ba, Sir Enrico?
Yes.
Ayan.
For two reasons.
Intro. Yes, go.
Yeah, for two reasons. Number one, congratulations to everyone and pleasant good afternoon to our viewers kasi 52nd episode na. Tama. Wow, imagine 1 year na. So maraming salamat, Eric, for the commitment as well. And then the second reason this is special is we have invited a guest, di ba? Special guest. And na maganda yung kanyang I heard him and I think it's very, very appropriate that we hear somebody with that kind of skill set and expertise and experience, no? Dun sa topic natin. Naku, please don't make me sell. Di ba? Madalas natin yan marinig. Di ba? So yun. For those two reasons, Eric, I'm very excited. And I know you will introduce him. But ladies and gentlemen, I heard this person speak and I believe his story and what he has to say is going to help you a lot in your business, in your job, in your profession. So, back to you, Eric.
Okay, so ang ating speaker for today, or special guest for today, no? His corporate experience is in sales, marketing, and business management. He holds a degree of AB Mass Communications, major in broadcast communication, and a master in business administration from the University of the Philippines. He has been involved in the sales and marketing field for more than 20 years, occupying various senior positions in several companies, mostly in real estate. He has delivered sales, communication skills, leadership, and motivational seminars for various organizations here and abroad. He is also a champion public speaker, having completed and won several competitions in both the impromptu and humorous speech category of Toastmasters International. He is a powerful speaker, offering world-class keynote addresses, seminars, and workshops throughout the Philippines and Asia. He is a very entertaining speaker who captivates the audience with his wit and humor while delivering material with substance and depth. He is the great grandson of a great storyteller, Severino Reyes, also known as Lola Basyang. So let's welcome
Oh,
our special guest for today, Sir Joey Reyes. Sir Joey?
ayan.
Good afternoon, good
Ah,
morning.
yan.
Thank you for having me here, Eric and Enrico. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. I wrote that myself.
Yes. Yes. So, sige sir, the floor is yours. You can start our topic for today, which is yun nga, don't make me sell. Please don't
Yeah.
make me sell.
Well, you know what? Tama si Enrico, no? Nung nag-umpisa ako kasi I got into sales because my father died when I was grade 7 and I had to put myself through school. And so I started selling printing materials first. And then one of our clients was Phil Estate, a realty company. And eventually I got to selling real estate. At wala naman akong alam na sa pagbebenta until I read a couple of books. Specifically, I read Tom Hopkins. And because I was a student, I would go to the National Bookstore and read the book there. Kasi parang I couldn't afford to buy the book myself. And I was still going to school then. I was in UP. So every time maganda ang bentahan, mag-leave of absence muna ako. I remember one time I came inside the school, I was wearing my necktie and yung sinabi ni Enrico na attache case, di ba? Pagpasok ko, tumayo lahat ng kaklase ko. Akala ako yung teacher eh. Sabi ko, you can sit down. I'm also a student here. And so I discovered early on that sales was very easy to get in. No? Marami nga nagpumapasok sa sales kasi mababa ang barrier to entry eh. Hindi mo naman kailangan maging college graduate, hindi mo kailangan maging high school graduate, kahit sino pwede magbenta. So everybody and his mother joins a sales outfit, whether selling insurance or cars or anything, but they don't realize that sales can be the highest paid hard work, but it can also be the lowest paid easy work. Why? Because anybody can get in. So lahat pumapasok, lahat tinatanggap, and then soon they discover that it's not such a good paying job. Why? Because they treat it like a hobby, like a part-time job. But if you treat it like a serious business and you apply yourself and learn and study, because when I was new, I would just bring my clients to my boss and he would be the one to close the sale because I didn't know anything. But it was real estate, so medyo madali lang, although mahal, no? So I went and studied and I read books, I attended seminars until I learned how to sell. And it became the highest paid hard work. As a matter of fact, lahat ng anak ko, pinag-aral ko, dati kasi ang sales sa real estate, commission lang eh. Pero sabi ng nanay ko, pinag-aral pa kita sa UP, yung pala mag-ahente ka lang. Nung araw kasi parang ahente was looked down upon and they would say, ahente ka lang? And even in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, the salesman was considered a parasite of society because parang we were just selling and but you know what? Without the salesman, people would still be using the walis because nobody knew what a vacuum cleaner was. It took a salesman to explain what a vacuum cleaner would do for you. So instead of just making walis, you could do vacuum cleaning. So I learned that early on in life, and I found out that it's your attitude really on, do you want to make it the lowest paid easy work or the highest paid hard work? Today, because of the information age, because of the internet, as Enrico always tells us, there are so many available resources online to learn how to sell You can now learn from YouTube. Nung araw, nung panahon ko, wala naman YouTube eh. So I had to go to National Bookstore to actually read the books. That book of Tom Hopkins that I learned a lot from, Tom Hopkins is now giving the free seminar on YouTube. Wala noon eh, di ba? I only met
Wow.
Tom Hopkins,
Yep.
what, later on in my life. But now everybody can access Brian Tracy, Tom Hopkins, and any other trainer. But you know what? I saw a seminar of Brian Tracy that was worth 5,000 US dollars in Korea. That same seminar is now on YouTube for free. You know how many people access that YouTube seminar? 11,000. You know how many
Wow.
watch Gangnam Style? 2 billion.
Right.
So you
Right.
tell me what you YouTube and I'll tell you what your future looks like.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, it's
Joey,
well,
yeah.
yeah,
Joey, if I can interrupt you, I mean, this is one of the things that I heard when you were presenting
yeah.
that really kind of caught the attention. I like this. Sales is the highest paid hard work and the lowest paid easy work. Siguro, if you
Yeah.
can just take our viewers through, no, I mean,
Mhm.
how this has played out in your career on this particular slide that we're seeing here, and take us through whatever slides you prepared. To get our viewers to see this in the proper light. That this can be your ticket to exactly the easy, hard, direction you want to take.
Yeah. So I discovered, wait, I don't know what the next slide is.
Yeah, 80%.
Yeah,
The
because
iceberg.
sales is it's really a lot of attitude, di ba? 20% is skills. Kaya maraming
Wow.
tao sinasabi nila, please don't make me sell. Hindi ako ahente. Wala akong alam. I'm not a salesman. They're looking
Right.
at the skill level. But it's
Right.
not just the skill that makes you good, it's your attitude. Like, I remember when Enrico was telling us about people who failed, like Michael Jordan, like the Beatles, like Madonna. They had they had the skills, but it was, people were rejecting them left and right. And when you go into sales, people will reject you. But what do you do when they reject you? You can either quit or bounce back and learn how to improve your skills, because the skills, while important, it's really the attitude that takes you to succeed. So if you
Yep.
have the right attitude, you can sell. Anybody can sell. Sure, some people are born with the gift of gab, and maybe they're built athletically and they can succeed in sports. But some people who are not as skilled but have the right attitude can apply themselves, learn how to do things, and then even get better than the people who have the skills.
And
So,
Joey, did
yeah.
did you see that in your career among your peers, your colleagues? This thing that you're saying that maybe skill set wise wala, pero yung attitude, did you actually see that unfold before your eyes?
Oh yeah, I would see a lot of people who had the skills, and because they, quote unquote, they felt they had the skills, they were lazy. But some people who were
Hmm.
not that skilled pero ang sipag, ang sabi nga ng boss ko dati, ang hindi pwedeng ituro, sipag at tiyaga. Madaling ituro yung
Hmm.
closing skills and all that, but yung sipag at tiyaga, nandun ang sikreto eh. I
Wow.
remember the
Okay.
story of Vivi Sullivan before. He didn't have a, he was born poor, and what he would do is he would make the numbers, and when he got the numbers, he would go inside the movie house and sleep. Kasi nakuha na niya yung numbers niya sa umpisa. So if it takes him the whole day, he would not sleep until he got the numbers that he needed. So it was really
Wow.
the attitude.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's really valuable to remind people. We probably know this, mentally, but really, being reminded and actually you sharing examples of people that people regard today as huge successes actually did start that way. Yeah, go ahead, Joey. Amazing.
And then the next slide is, so your choices every day, like now, no? Pandemic, diba? What's your choice? Every morning you wake up and then you choose, do I learn something new or do I watch Netflix? Do I work out or do I sleep? Every choice you make determines your future. I spent my days before, I would sit in the training program every day until mamaya I memorized the whole training program. And then mamaya the training manager would ask me to train the people, and that's how I got into training from sales. Kasi I
Oh,
chose to listen, and the company spends a lot on training programs, and I would really take down notes and I would read the books. And each choice you make determines your future. Are you going to study or are you going to take it easy? And like I give seminars all the time, and not everybody takes the seminars. Alam mo, ang attitude nila, Enrico, is alam ko na yan eh. Di ba?
right,
If you have that
right.
attitude na alam mo na yan, I admire you because you continue to learn. You continue to read books. You continue to expand your mindset, your ability. And ako din, I have chosen, nung nag-pandemic, I said, I can relax and watch Netflix. Eh mamaya, after 2, 3 months, naubos na yung Netflix eh. So I took the opportunity to read the books that I have here, to watch more YouTube, to sharpen the saw, so to speak. You
Wow.
choose what you want to do with your day, every day. Marami ngayong
Yeah.
pandemic ang sinasabi nila, naku, wala na, hopeless, helpless. Pero it's really, an opportunity for you. And you know what the key is? The key is in training. You choose to
Oh,
learn. You choose to
okay.
watch Truly Happy One, or you choose to watch Vice Ganda. No offense, Vice, but you make a choice. Like you're
Oh,
doing this Truly Happy One, you're sharing so much knowledge, helping the people in the pandemic. But some people would rather watch unrelated events, unrelated things for entertainment rather than enriching their minds.
well, yeah, that's true. Kasi, very few people, I mean, will probably, spend the time, as you said. Some feel that they know it already, or for others, maybe, they're quite happy where they're at. And yeah, having said that, really, it's interesting that this is nothing new to most people. And take us through. I believe you have other slides, or take us through that process, like, for people who are probably in the fence, can I really sell? I mean, I'm not really good, 'di ba? Like you said, 'di ba? Wala naman akong alam magbenta. I'm not an extrovert, I'm an introvert, and all these things that we typically hear. How do we get through that, What do we, let them know that there is hope, or what do we tell these people? Can you take us through that? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Hindi na ako susunod sa slide ko. Um,
Okay.
you know,
Sure.
what we need is the cash qualities. Actually, anybody who wants to succeed at anything, not only sales, anything. The first K, kailangan meron kang K. Ano yung K? Kailangan meron kang knowledge. They say knowledge is power, but what do you need to know when you're selling? First, you need to know about the company. You need to know about the industry. You need to know about the product, and of course, you need to know, kasi product knowledge, most companies, they spend a lot of time on product training. But aside from learning about the product, you should learn about the financial aspect, because the major reason why people don't buy is the money. So if you understand pricing, you understand terms, then you're already a leg up. But the most important knowledge of all is the knowledge that what you are doing is good for them. Knowing the product, knowing the financial aspect of the company, you choose the company you want to represent. If you already know that the product is bad and the price is outrageous, then you know that it's not good for your clients. You have to choose the thing that you're going to sell that's good for them. Then people will appreciate you because you are guiding them. You know what? Everybody wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold to. So the
Right.
next thing you should know is the A is for attitude. What
Okay.
kind of attitude should you have? Ito yung attitude ng maraming tao kaya ayaw nila mag-sell. Well, number one, of course, you all know that you need positive mental attitude and the attitude towards failure. Why? Because
Hmm.
we already know that most people are gonna say no. That's why a lot of people shy away from selling eh. Kasi they don't like getting rejected.
So,
Did you know?
tanong kita,
Hmm,
Joey, kasi this is interesting. Kasi I guess, who wants to be rejected? Who wants to receive no? And, in your experience when you started out, how did you deal with that? Kasi I'm sure you didn't like to be rejected. You didn't want to hear no. And how did you
of course.
eventually work through that?
I'll tell you a short story first, di ba? Alam mo ba the first word that babies learn? What's the first word that babies learn? They usually say first.
Wow.
Mama.
Yeah.
Mama, papa, di ba?
Mama.
Papa.
Papa.
Yeah.
Alam mo
Ah,
pangatlo?
no.
No.
No. No. You can't have milk. No, you can't go out. No. So, and usually no is accompanied by a spank, by punishment.
Mm.
So as kids, we were already trained that no is a bad thing. But you know what?
Oh.
What I learned is no is not really a no, but maybe they say no because they can't afford it. It's not an affront on me. They're not rejecting me. They are rejecting. They are saying no because I can't afford it. I don't need it at this time. And early on in my career, I found out the law of numbers. The law of numbers is that not everybody is going to say yes. And I learned that sales is actually the loneliest job. Why? Because every day, your daily diet is rejection. So early
Wow.
on, I learned that no is a good thing. And if I earn 10,000 pesos with a yes, but I need to go through 9 no's, then I say each no is worth 1,000 pesos.
Hmm.
So every time
So,
people say no, I say thank you.
hindi ba, so, 'di ba, of course, your experience and of course what you've been able to do, how about the person who's just starting out, 'di ba? Parang to some this is so, for some kasi nagiging identity nila 'yun eh, 'di ba? So, what can we tell our viewers, 'di ba, na paano ba, how do you get over that, 'di ba? Kasi parang yun yung talagang mabigat eh, 'di ba? The fear of it pa lang matindi na eh, 'di ba?
Ah, alam mo, nakakatawa. Mahirap kasi pag may kausap ako, kaibigan ko, pogi. Sabi ko, ilan ang girlfriend mo? Wala. Kasi ayaw niya mabasted eh. Kasi dahil pogi siya, parang ang
Correct.
hirap naman mabasted. Yung isang kaibigan ko, pangit, ang daming girlfriend. Kasi sanay
Kasi
na siya mabasted.
okay,
So, ligaw siya
perspective.
ng ligaw. Ang
Okay.
daming, sabi nga, ang mga babae naman, ayaw ng pogi kasi lolokohin daw sila. Kaya sumikat yung humanap ka ng pangit at ibigin mo ng tunay. So, ligaw lang
Wow.
ng ligaw. It's
So
I
I
don't know if it's even
yeah.
related, but
So I guess what you're saying is really that ability to just focus on the effort, the activity, and let it come to you, right? Instead of fearing it so much that it stops you, right? It stops you from even taking any action, diba?
right.
The anticipation of diba?
Actually, the
Okay,
only way to really learn this is there's so many books. The book of the Four Agreements. One of the
Don Miguel
agreements is
Ruiz.
yeah. Don't take things personally. If they say no, it's not personal.
Yeah.
So wag mong personalin pag hindi siya bumili sa'yo. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya kaya, hindi pa niya oras, at wag mong damdamin. Madali
Right.
sabihin, pero mahirap pag nandyan na eh. Parang talagang pinipersonal natin eh. Pero dapat wag
Right.
mong personalin.
Right.
And
Right.
just develop the skills. Now, in the
Okay.
beginning, I'll tell you about the 4 levels of skill. The 4 levels of skill are, umpisa yan kasi pag bago ka sa sales, hindi mo alam the unconscious incompetent. You don't know that you don't know how to sell. So like when I
Right.
started out, I saw my daddy driving this automatic car. Sabi ko, dali lang pala mag-drive eh. Lagay mo lang sa D, tapos apakan mo yung gas, di ba? Naiwanan niya yung kotse niya sa garahe. Kinuha ko yung susi, ini-start ko. Tapos, paatras dapat. Tumingin ako sa rearview mirror. Nilagay ko sa R. Inapakan ko yung gas. Siyempre, bumangga. Boog! And then, I got promoted to a higher level of skill, which is the conscious incompetent. Ngayon, alam ko na, hindi ako marunong mag-drive. Which is better rather than nagda-drive ka, akala mo marunong ka mag-drive.
Correct.
So nag-aral ako, which is the key, no? Training is the key. I asked the driver to teach me until I became a conscious competent. And if you know how to drive, remember the first time you drove a car, Enrico?
We step on the accelerator, eyes on the road, so many things going through your mind, consciously being competent,
thinking, yes. And then you were sweating, and then you were pumping, and then you practice and you practice until you're driving while texting, while listening to the music and talking to the people in the car. You are now the unconscious competent. So all skills that we have, whether cooking or selling, you go through these 4 levels of skill. So those who are watching now, if you're not yet competent or now you realize, meron palang ganun sa sales, kailangan pala pag-aralan yan. O di mag-attend ka ng seminar or read the books. I do a seminar on sales, but, information is everywhere. Go to YouTube and search for closing techniques, things. And it's just for free now.
Yeah.
And then you get to, go ahead.
Quick interruption lang. Eric, do we have any questions from our viewers or any comments that you're seeing there?
Okay,
just a quick check.
Sige, shoutout lang. Christine Absede is watching us. Joe
Hey,
Baisa. Ana V. Salvador is also watching. Ayan.
Wow.
And ito, may maraming mga comments na pumapasok po ngayon. Pambansang favorite, Sir Enrico Garcia. Ayan. Watching from Mandaluyong si Miss Lai. Watching from Antipolo, Melanie Longno. Ayan. Sabi ni Christine, I agree. Ayan. And sabi, wow, Vivi Soliven, harking from way back. Interesting there. and may isa, sabi niya, 80% attitude. Yeah, agree. Take note. And also, Christine Absede watching from Manila, happy listening to my VNG2 co-fam members. Ayan.
Wow,
sabi rin ng isang Facebook user, more no's lead you to a yes.
Yes.
Tama. Yan. No,
Kaya mo, Jack, sinabi ko naman yung sipag at saga ni Manny Villar eh.
Ayan, sabi dito, sales is the loneliest job, kind of feeling that, sabi niya. Also, attitude is key. Ayan.
Yep.
Ayan.
Okay.
So far, yan po.
Okay, so Joey, you took us through knowledge, attitude, skills, and then, syempre, dun sa cash, I think you're ready to take us through the H, di ba? Tama ba?
Oh, the H is habits, of course, no? So, anything you need to learn, you need to apply yourself and always consistently learn and upgrade your skills. Like, it takes 10 years to master anything. And here's a quote from Reed Buckley. If you are not continually learning and upgrading your skills, somewhere your competition is. And when you meet that person, you will certainly lose.
Wow.
I'll tell you a story about, the horse race. The horse race, yung karera ng kabayo, di ba? Minsan, yung nanalo wins by a nose. Tinatawag sa Tagalog na, hindi naman Tagalog, pero Tagalog, photo finish, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero yung nanalo, ang premyo niya, 10 times that of the second placer.
Right.
But is he 10 times better than the second placer?
No, not necessarily.
He just won by a nose.
Right.
And in sales, your competition might be better than you. He might have a superior product. He might have a cheaper product. But if you're a little bit better, you make the sale and you get 100% of the commission. The second placer doesn't get anything. So you have to continuously upgrade your skills, learn new skills. I teach sales, and yet I read sales books every day. I try to upgrade my skills. Especially now, di ba, like you said, iba na ngayon ng konti, may social media na. So even if
Right.
we have to learn these new skills, buti na lang may mga Eric Kalugdan sa mundo na nagtuturo kung paano gamitin itong mga StreamYard that, coming up with Regawatt and all these other things so that we can get updated.
Wow, wonderful. So the key really is that yung continuous improvement, di ba? And Joey, we've spoken about this in several occasions, di ba? Parang yung growth mindset nga na you're just constantly, abilities can be cultivated. Yeah, it may
Yes.
take some time, and to this slide, really training, and not just formal training, but even training your mind to to be in that space of just embracing challenges or things you don't know, because I guess that's what really opens up the
Yeah.
improvement that you keep building upon. So yeah, take us through. Training is the key, and tell us about this. Yeah.
I started teaching kasi nga there was this company that they do the training themselves. One time, the training manager wanted to cancel the training kasi pag wala pa daw 10 by 9 o'clock, he cancels the training. So I took over. Sabi ko, kung may tarating na yung mga tao ko eh. So ginamit ko yung training room, nakita niya ako, na-discover niya ako, and then he started paying me to do the training for him kasi pagod na siya mag-training. And I discovered the joy of teaching others how to be successful. I came up with my own seminar called Power Sales. I'm doing
Okay.
one. I started feeling victim also when the pandemic hit. And then I realized March, April, May, June, July, sabi ko mukhang matagal pa tong pandemic ah. So I started doing online training. I came up with the Power Sales training that I do real time. And I started doing virtually the Power Sales training kasi I found out people were still selling. They were still selling insurance. They were still selling real estate. But a lot of people, the reason why, please don't make me sell, because they don't know how to sell. So I took it upon myself to teach those that wanted to learn how to sell. Because the truth is, everybody sells. We sell our ideas. We sell our mother the need to give us more baon. We sell our wife to cook pork chop. But we don't know that we're selling. It's just convincing other people to do what we want them to do. And either
Right.
if it's in it, there's something in it for them as well, then they're gonna willingly do it. So these principles are universal. I teach them. I have a class on August 14 and
Ayan. Okay.
15. That's a Saturday and Sunday at 1:30 to 5:30. And I'm gonna give a special offer to all the audience of Truly Happy Juan. The
Wow.
investment before the pandemic was 5,000. And then on August 14 and 15, it's 2,499. But I'm offering an early bird rate because I know people are struggling with money right now. So my early
Mm-hmm.
bird rate is 999. There's a Facebook event you can pay there. Or for today, for everybody who's watching now, you can
Wow.
enroll for now 499. You can,
Wow.
just enroll today until tomorrow maybe. Just pay via these payment options: GCash, Union Bank, BPI, BDO, PayPal. May nagbayad pa nga, Cebuana Luwilier eh. Hindi ko alam, kailangan ko pala pick upin doon. So this is the QR code. Just scan it to register and then send me the payment so that I can confirm that you're already paid.
Wow. Wow. So
And you know what,
yeah.
Enrico,
Yeah.
I
Go
give
ahead.
a money back guarantee. If you attend the
Wow.
seminar, you don't like it, I give you back your money. No problem.
Wow.
Wow,
Ladies and
nice.
gentlemen, take advantage of this. I mean, that is zero risk. I mean, that's really, putting everything on the line. I mean, the confidence to be able to do that, the value that is going to be delivered. So, thank you very much, Joey, for extending the invitation. So, once again, that's August 14 and 15. That's from 1:30 to 5:30, 1:30 to 5, right? And
130 to 540.
yes, please. And this is for any profession? Is it just confined to real estate or
No, no, any
any?
any profession, whether you're selling cars yourself or whatever you're selling, wellness products, And when you attend, I will give you a free copy of a PDF book as well.
Wow. Wonderful. Oh, yung mga ano natin diyan, Eric, baka pwedeng call out to, our viewers there. I think this is a fantastic, offer. It's great value, and thank you for the, the wonderful insights, Joey. And it's nice. It's a fresh view, if you ask me, on something that has not been a very favorable, or in the perception, at least, as you mentioned, di ba? Ay, nagbebenta, naglalako. Siguro yun yung terms, di ba? So parang yung tingin nga, di ba, is it's almost
Mababa ang
like,
tingin.
oo, mababa ang tingin, when it's a fresh, ano nga, like, you when you saw this. And that's why I decided we probably should invite Joey to speak, so that people see a different perspective. Eric, you've been quiet there, absorbing
Yes,
everything,
sir.
as you always do. Baka may mga questions ka for Joey, di ba?
Absorbing and taking notes din ako dito. Ayan. May mga feedback
I
po tayo from Maan Kayabiyab. Sabi niya, hello po, VNG, represent. Ayan. Also, Facebook user said, on a nose, indeed, super salesman, Joey knows.
Alam
KNO.
mo,
Oo.
sino
Ayan.
yan?
And sabi, yay for promo. Ayan.
Yes.
Yeah, ito,
Okay,
question.
you
To
know what? Thank you
overcome...
very much. Thank you very much, Eric and Enrico, for inviting me here.
Sure,
Of
sure.
course.
Actually, thank you very much for that very valuable content na shinare nyo po. May question dito. To overcome reluctance, is it a good mindset to think that you are doing your prospect a favor which he will be thankful later?
Oh, yes, definitely. You know, I had a seminar, a talk before for the financial advisors. Don't sell, make your customers buy and thank you for it. Because if you are truly after the benefit of your customer, you want to give them service. So sell to them what they really need, and they will really thank you for it. I have so many people who thank me because I kind of force them to sell, and then later their property value skyrocketed. So they're very grateful that I forced them to buy. Because at that moment, parang ayaw mo, ganyan, so many hindrances. People are afraid, of course, diba? Afraid to make a mistake. And so you help them overcome that by giving them facts and figures, because everybody wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold to. So don't sell. Help them
Right.
buy.
Right. I
Correct.
like that, di ba? Maganda talaga in Eric, di ba? Where, we had that. Thank you, Joey. We'd always say that. Kami ni Eric, we were doing some training before. Nobody wants to be sold to, but people want to buy. They want to buy what's important for them. So, knowing what's important and of value to them is what you deliver to them, right? By way of your
Absolutely.
products, your services, and, so yeah, it's interesting that we've heard this so many times. And why do you think, Joey? Why do people just close their minds to, I'm not good at selling, that's not me, I don't like to go to people, I like people to go to me? So what are they really saying in all those statements? I'm not good, I'm an introvert, I'm shy, I wouldn't know what to say, I couldn't sell to save my life, and all that long litany of things. Yeah.
Well, I think basically what they're saying is, kasi they have this notion that there are born salesmen, that some
Okay.
people are born to sell, just like some
Okay.
people are born athletic. But it's a myth, really. And what you have to understand is it's human nature, and everybody's selling. From the moment you wake, the moment you're born, when you cry, you're already selling. You're selling the fact that you need milk. You're selling, everybody's selling at every given time, but they don't know that they are. There's a
Okay.
website that I'd like to recommend to everybody. Everybody sells strawberries. It's a
Oh,
nice website.
okay.
Did you look at it? Did you take a look at it?
Yeah, yeah, I did
Everybody
briefly.
sells
Sells
strawberries.
strawberry.
Everybody sells strawberries.
Ayan, sige, check
Okay,
natin yan
maganda
later.
yan.
Meron tayong question po dito. I had two cousins. One was good at selling while the other was good at marketing. One was more tactical and good at closing while the other was more strategic. Maybe Joey can expound.
Well, marketing and sales are usually thought to be one and the same, but marketing
Hmm.
is really creating a buzz around it so people will want to call up. But the actual selling is the moment of truth. Because, for example, I have a marketing campaign. People walk into the showroom because of the marketing campaign, but whether they buy or not, that's the moment of truth. That's the
Yeah.
selling part. And selling is more personalized, marketing is more general.
Right.
Okay, meron pang question dito. I have a question. How you shake off the bad vibes, aka rejection? What works for you guys?
You know, we were talking about this kanina ni Enrico. It's like, you know, when or Enrico was talking about this, when you have an open shot, you take it. Whether it
Right.
goes in or not, you take the shot. So
Right.
when you go for the sale and they don't buy, learn from it and then forget it. Get the learning, the lesson from it, and then go and apply it. Because sabi nung mentor ko, whatever doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So every
Right.
no, you become better. And
Right.
everybody can get better. How do you get better? Attend August 14 and 15 Power Sales.
Wow.
Yan.
Wow.
Ako, yeah.
Wonderful.
Ako actually, in terms of rejection, kasi I've been doing this as well, no? I've been to several direct selling companies as well. And also, I have my own business, which of course, I need to sell as well, no? Ang mindset ko lagi, no? Every time I do presentations or every time I do selling negotiations with a client, I'm not technically selling, meaning trying to get something from them, but I'm actually giving them something. No, I'm sharing. I'm giving them a gift. I am educating them. Na
Right.
this is what will happen if you do this, or this is what will happen if you get this product, no. And if they don't get it, then they just don't get it, di ba? It's like just teaching kids how to do algebra, for example. If they don't get it, then they don't get it, di ba?
Yeah.
Ganun lang. It's not personal. It's not because mali ako or galit sila sa akin or they don't like me, no? Yun yung mindset na iniisip ko. Kaya every time I do this selling negotiation meetings, no, yun lang. Kaya walang effect din sa akin. If they say no, then wala, hindi lang talaga nila gets.
Oh.
Diba? Yun yung sa akin.
Kung ayaw mo, di
Right.
wag mo.
Correct.
Right. Right.
Ayan.
So,
May
wow.
question,
Yeah. Sige, go ahead. Baka may questions
Yes.
ka pa.
Si
Yeah.
Buena Fe is watching us. Ayan. Question niya, how do you overcome this challenge? Some prospects don't want to be sold because they feel pressured and prevents them from making up their mind in their own time.
Meron kasing mga ahente rin na pushy eh. May mga ahente na they want the decision right away. Some people take time to analyze. You have to understand that different strokes for different folks. Some people, they need time to think about it. So give them all the information that they need to make a proper decision and then back off. There's a saying that hesitancy to sell heightens the urgency to buy. Dapat ang dating mo, ang daming bumibili sa akin eh. Kung ayaw mo bumili, okay lang. Ang dami ko naman buyer eh. Pero pag gigil ka, sabi ko nga sa sales training ko, huwag kang atat. Pag ayaw bumili, di back out for a while, and then come back and follow up. No?
Correct. Ayan. And meron din ditong comment. Sabi niya, some are born to sell, but many get burned selling.
Yeah. Kaya nga may born again, may burn again.
Yan ba yun din ba yung dahilan kung bakit marami yung ayaw magbenta?
Oo. Maraming ayaw magbenta, you know, they try. Nakakatawa nga yung iba eh. They sell, meron akong kahente dati. Sabi niya, sir, ayoko na. Hindi ko kaya magbenta. Bakit? Lahat ayaw bumili. Sabi ko, ilan na ba inalok mo? 5. Sabi ko, baka mag-anim ka, makabenta ka na ng isa.
Yeah.
You sell to a very few people, especially you sell to a friend, and then the friend rejects you, and then all of a sudden you say, ay nako, ayoko na.
Right.
You know, but learning how to ride a bicycle, you have to fall down before you can learn how to ride the bike.
Magkasugat ka muna.
Magkasugat ka
Sugat
muna, galos-galos ka muna, dudugo muna yung tuhod mo bago ka matuto magbike. Kung takot ka malaglag, hindi ka na matututo magbike.
Correct. Kasama yun sa ano.
Pero
Correct,
pag natuto ka
correct.
na magbike, hindi mo na malilimutan paano magbike.
Correct. You become unconsciously competent. You don't even think, di ba? Nakipag-usap ka, you can get your hands out of the handlebar and
Yeah.
just pedal, so well, interesting that you say this, and again, this is well within what we're trying to do dito. Is truly Happy One and even sa VNG. Really, how your mind can be your greatest ally
Yeah.
or it can be your
Great.
greatest foe, di
Yeah.
ba?
Right.
How it can bring you to greatness or take you away completely the opposite. And really, I guess at the end, it's really just people just being able to really manage the thinking. It's not the intellect, it's doing what you have with whatever you have, right? So very enlightening, and it's interesting that you put this spin on what, please don't make me sell, yet everybody's trying to sell. It's just another word for you trying to see my point of view, right? Tama ba yun, Joey?
Yes. Tama, tama. Kasi
Yes,
minsan ang ano mo is you against me rather than I'm on your side. Kaya nga yung
Right.
technique,
yes.
di ba? I'm sure you know this, Enrico, yung I understand how you feel.
Feel, felt, found. Yeah.
I also felt that way, but this is what I found out. And then you share your realization, and maybe they understand it from your point of view as well. But if you're like,
Right.
sabi niya, ang mahal naman yan, hindi mura, hindi mahal, hindi mura. O sige, ikaw na bumili.
Correct. Ito, may question
Wow.
pa po tayo. Si Philip ko, ang question niya, is there an age factor in selling? Meron bang ganon?
Oo, bawal magbenta yung mga before 9 years old. No, walang age factor as far as you're too old to learn. I think the last time Enrico also shared that so many people start Kentucky Fried Chicken was started how old was
60s.
he?
After
He was in his
retirement.
60s,
60s. Yeah.
70s,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no age factor. Yan ang maganda sa sales, di ba?
Correct.
Right.
Ayan, meron din tayong comment, sabi ni Shinjara, great job from YouTube yan. Also, great
Wow.
quote from Joey, hesitancy to sell increases the urgency to buy. Ayan, rejection,
Oh, that's not
part
mine.
of
I just got that
learnings.
from somebody else. Baka sabihin nyo, akin yan.
Oo. Sabi ni Maan, ramdam kasi ng client kapag hard selling ka na. Correct.
Tama.
Right.
How do you conquer your shyness? Ayan. Maganda question din. Pag
Alam mo,
mahihain ka,
sabi ng boss ko, kailangan 3 M. Kailangan masipag ka, matyaga, at makapal ang muka.
Yeah. Yeah.
correct.
You just overcome your shyness. It's like learning how to ride a bike. The first time, you're gonna fall. And you're gonna fall a lot of times before you get the first sale. But once you get it, tuloy-tuloy na yon.
Right. And
Yes.
Joey, interesting yan because it's true. I've seen some people and then parang makeover like in college, they were this timid, and then the next thing you hear, my goodness, they're this almost rock star of, parang, oh my goodness, what happened, And
Right.
and yeah, I always hear people say the best way through your fear is what? Is through it.
Yep.
Yeah, to go through it because otherwise that's the only way you can really go, and conquer it, diba? And what it takes to get you to that point, of course, and to be willing to, to go through it is what eventually will break that barrier, right? Tama ba yun, Joey?
Another reason why people say don't make me sell, kasi they feel they don't know how to talk. But actually,
Right.
good salesmen know how to listen. You were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. So listen more than talking. If you're shy, then listen more. Ask questions. Find
That's a
out
good-
about them, and then you can sell to them.
That's a great insight, no? Tama nga naman, di ba? No, it's not the talking. It's the listening. Tama.
Understanding them.
Tama.
And actually, yan din yung nangyayari, no? If your mindset is to teach them, to give them new information, yan yung dynamics na nangyayari. You're now trying to absorb kung naiintindihan ba nila or hindi. Diba?
Correct.
Or ano ba yung situation nila na tinatry mo ring intindihin para ma-translate yung gusto mong sabihin the right way, na maiintindihan nila, na makaka-relate sila. Diba?
And then-
hindi yung scripted na selling speech. Oo.
At saka also, people are afraid of obstacles. They don't know that obstacles are their friend. because when people object to your proposition, you learn about their thought process, what's important to them, what they fear, what they don't like, and you can use that as ammunition to not convince them, to show them how this product is actually good for them. But if their obstacle is valid and your product cannot solve it, then refer them to another person. If you don't know who to refer them to, you join VNG so that you can
Correct.
refer them to somebody else who can solve their problem for you.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Yan.
Wow.
And my question dito from Buenafe, why do they say selling to neighbors is a big challenge? Or maybe family. Yung mga close sa atin, bakit?
Yeah,
Challenge
you know
siya.
what? Jack Ma said it's very hard to sell to friends and family because I don't know. And then, but when you become successful, sila yung kumakain ng dinner mo, sila yung nagsumasama sa'yo pag
Correct.
successful ka na. Yung mga
Correct.
binentahan mo na strangers, wala na.
Right.
I don't
Right.
know why. But the first people you should sell to are your neighbors and your family and your friends. Yun ang una
Right.
mong dapat i-target. That's what Olive calls the low-hanging fruits. Because while they will reject you, it's very important that they know you're selling. Because imagine if your cousin buys and then you see him buying from somebody else and then you tell him, oh, ba't ka bumibili? Sasabihin sa'yo, ba't di mo naman ako binentahan eh. Kasalanan mo pa. So tell
Yep.
them, if they say no, then, don't mind it. But it's good to sell to friends and family because when you go to their house, papakainin ka pa eh.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Siguro yung isa rin sa challenges, no, when you sell to neighbors or those na familiar sa'yo, dahil ang pagkakakilala nila sa'yo is yung nung bata ka pa, alam nila yung mga mistakes mo, saan ka nagkamali, sino yung mga relationships mo before, no? So,
Right.
kapag yun yung nakikita nila na background mo, merong effect yun, the way you sell, na believable ka ba? Maniniwala ba sila sa'yo? Kaya nga
Credible
minsan,
ka ba? Yeah.
lalo na sa direct selling, no? It's actually easier to sell to strangers na walang
Yes.
alam sa background mo. Kasi ang
Right.
tinitingnan nila is yung facts lang, no? About the product or kung ano yung ino-offer mo. Yun lang tinitingnan. Hindi lang tinitingnan yung past mo, yung background mo, no? And I think yun yung isa sa mga challenges din. Ayan. Meron pa isang question dito, sabi ni Buenafa, buyers are driven by fear of missing out on special price and supply is running out. Is this strategy of sense of urgency fair and justified? Kasi nga, minsan, di ba, may mga ganun talaga ng mga ahente na sabi nila, last item na to, sir. Yung mga
Price increase
ganun.
na bukas.
Price increase bukas. Oo.
Well, I think it's if it's the truth. For example, if there's really a pending price increase, then you have to tell them so that they will make an informed decision. Because if you don't tell them the price is increasing and then it increases, kunyari, kagaya sa real estate, block 1, lot 1 is only one unique piece of property. If you don't tell them that it might get sold later, and then they come back, they want to buy it, and they say, wala na ho eh. Kasalanan mo pa. So you have to tell them. I always tell people, I have to tell you that you might miss out because I hate to tell you, I told you so. So I'm telling you now so that you make a decision, an informed decision. Ako gusto ko lagi, they can say no as long as they're given all the facts and they say no because they know the facts and they make an informed decision. But if they say no because pinsan mo ko, pamangkin mo ko, nakita mo ko nakahubad-hubad, tumatakbo sa kalye, then it's not an informed decision. It's a prejudicial decision.
Ayan. So, very important, no, yung word na factual. So, yung urgency, yung deadline na yan, importante na hindi siya invento. It should be a fact talaga na pagsabi. So, yun, hindi yun daya. Okay? Meron pa isang question from Philip ko naman. Do selling techniques and strategies change during this pandemic?
The basic principles are always the same. Sabi ko nga dito, kunyari, I teach public speaking. And sa real life seminar, you really look at people's eyes. Dito, you look at the camera. But it's still eye contact because when I look at the camera on my laptop, I can't see the face of Enrico and Eric, but it looks like I'm talking to you because I'm looking at the camera. It's the same principles. You make a little adjustment because now presentations are done on Zoom. So you have to learn how to use Zoom and Team Talk and StreamYard and but the same principles are the same.
Right.
Yan. Correct. And
Okay.
meron pang question
So,
dito. Is creating a story strat selling or strategic selling? Parang yun yata yung
Oh
question.
yeah, sabi nga nung isang idol ko stories sell, facts tell.
Yes.
Ang pangalan ata nun yung pambansang favorite di ba?
Correct.
Yeah, stories tell. I did a talk with Jollibee before about telling stories. Lalo na mga Pilipino, mahilig sa chismis Mahilig sa kwento Pag kinwentuhan mo, mas nakikinig sila kesa, rattling off, like sabi ni Enrico, vomiting information. Telling a story really sells. Ako lamang na ako dyan kasi apo ko ni Lola Basyang, di ba?
Oo nga.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Ayan. Question pa dito. At this time, when scams are hovering, how do we build up our prospects' trust in us?
Well, trust is something you earn, no? And if you're not a scammer, then there's a technique on how to make cold prospects become warm prospects. Trust is built over time. So, for example, if you say, I'm going to call you up at 1 p.m., call them up at 1 p.m. If you say 1 p.m. and then you call at 1:30, then you're already losing a little bit of the trust. And a little bit. And then mamaya, wala nang tiwala sa'yo. You just have to build it and earn it. I make it a point to be early at all appointments. Sabi ni Enrico, be here at 4:30. I was online at 4. And practicing this StreamYard, figuring out the things. And then 4:30, palpak pa rin, di ba?
It's okay. Yeah. You had to learn.
Pero ngayon, working na. Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, Eric, I wanted to say lang kanina, I just realized, do you realize, Joey, this is very special because this is the first year anniversary. It's the 52nd episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Truly happy one.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we didn't even realize it. We just kept going. So what a way to celebrate the first year anniversary of Truly Happy One, and historic. You are the featured speaker in this first year anniversary. So thank you, and maybe Eric. This is the part where what are your takeaways? So Eric,
Yes.
let's start with you. Thank you, Joey. That was just amazing. Eric, first to you. And then, I'll
To our
share my
audience.
takeaways. Yes.
Yeah, so if you have takeaways, type nyo sa comment section sa Facebook or chat sa YouTube. Ako ang aking takeaways, maganda yung acronym ng cash, no? Parang pera, pero K siya, parang kalugdan. So K is knowledge, no? So kailangan alam natin, pero don't over-analyze din naman, no? Kasi ako na-experience na ganyan na gusto niya malaman lahat muna, as in nitty-gritty hanggang sa computation ng monthly and weekly na commissions, magkano yan, etc. Pero actually, you only need to know enough to tell the prospect yung basic information lang. You don't need everything, no? Kailangan mo lang yung basics, and then kung merong question yung prospect na hindi mo alam paano sagutin, then that's the time that you ask your manager, no, or your sponsor how to answer that question. And ang pinaka-importante is be honest to your prospect. Be honest to the customer. Yung sa attitude, yun nga, it's very important. Yung attitude natin, we should always be professional as well. And the way we think when we present to customers, ako nga, the way I sell is I educate instead of selling. So my mindset is not to get from them, but to give them something, no, a solution to their problems. And also, yung skills, kailangan continuous learning talaga. Kahit sabihin na natin na marami na tayong alam, no? You should always be learning new things. And of course, lahat ng yan, yung knowledge, yung attitude, and yung skill should be a habit already, no? Meron ngang tagline ng radio station dyan, di ba? Vision na to. Kailangan maging vision natin yan, no? Na araw-araw na lang, yung lull time natin should be learning new things. And kung hindi pa nakalagay sa calendar nyo, ilagay nyo na sa calendar nyo every Saturdays 5 p.m. watch Truly Happy One dahil nandito kami lagi to give you more content, no, to make your life better. Ayan. So yan po aking takeaways sa ating mga listeners. Any takeaway? Ayan, meron siyang sinabi, avoid hard sell, tell a story. Yeah, very nice.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Ayan.
Yeah. Oo.
Yan, sabi rin
Eric
ni
ako.
Gwenefed,
Ay, go
yes sir.
ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sabi
Go
ni
ahead. Go ahead.
Gwenefed, just understand and accept that there are many foreign factors that could swing a prospect's decision from a yes to a no that are out of your control. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Ayan. And also, happy anniversary. Truly happy one. Ayan. And with
Salamat.
prayer, no, every deal or presentation is an opportunity to seal the deal. Correct. Sabi rin ni Lai, so odd. Yeah, so odd with the discussion dynamics. It really is great to listen to experts like the three of you. Ayan.
Salamat.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, Sir Enrico, yes, sir.
Yeah, takeaway even just now. So thank you, Joey. It I learned again, and reminded, not that I don't, I've heard this, but again, it's a good reminder. Imagine, think about what Joey said. People think that selling is about talking. When he just mentioned, no, in fact, you become even more powerful when you listen. So that should help and give hope to a lot of people. The less you talk actually even puts you in greater command of the conversation. When you're asking, it overcomes your timidity or your shyness. And to me, that's a big takeaway, staring at everybody. So for those who are introverts, those who are shy, in fact, yeah, the selling process it becomes even more powerful when you seek to ask questions so that you understand. That's the first takeaway. The second takeaway from this is, really that you need to, what Joey mentioned really about, it's your ability to push through, right? All those no's, because exactly that's what takes you to the yes. And of course, when that will happen, it's different for different people, and that's exactly also the reason why most people give up, diba? Because no, 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 then it must be me. So I guess my takeaway is, people regard rejection as an identity, and instead of just being an act. No, you're not a failure. No, you are not being rejected. Maybe it's not the right time. So the ability to distinguish it as an act as opposed to it being an identity. When it becomes an identity, then of course that's when you really feel crushed and you don't want to continue it. So I want to thank our guest speaker. Can everyone join me in thanking our wonderful guest speaker? Thank you for the valuable
Thank you. Thank you
insights.
very much.
Thank you, Joey. It
Yes.
has been a pleasure featuring you. And please, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget August 14 and 15, right? I hope you scanned the QR earlier to register. If not, Eric, I'm sure will make that available. Please take advantage. Please develop the cash qualities. And
And truly happy anniversary.
yes,
Thank you.
happy
Thank you.
anniversary. And
Yes.
thank
And
you.
next
So back to you,
episode
Eric.
natin, ayan. Next episode natin sa Truly Happy One is making sound decisions. So, konting intro about this episode, Sir Enrico.
Yes, okay. This was linked for those who are in VNG2, and really our ability to make sound decisions. One of them is to hurdle what we call this cognitive bias that blinds us. We evaluate a previous decision and use that to springboard to the next prospective decision. If that part is not good, you end up not making a good decision. And this is very interesting because we will talk about very simple examples. I'll give you one right now so that gives you a preview. You decide to drive under the influence of alcohol and you magically make it to your house without any accident. Wala pala nangyari. The outcome was you got home without any injury or damage to any property. But is it really a sound decision? If you evaluate the decision based on the outcome, then you know what may happen in the next if you do the same thing, right? That should give you an idea what we're going to be talking
Wow.
about. And so many people, including me, wow, how we fall, a victim to this. So
Correct.
very
And
interesting.
Kaya very important, no? I-mark nyo na yung calendars nyo. Every Saturdays, 5 p.m. Watch Truly Happy Juan, no? And subscribe na rin kayo sa YouTube and join our Facebook group na Truly Happy Juan. Okay, as we usually end our episode, let us do the Panatang Makabayan. So itaas po natin ang ating kanang kamay at bigkasin ang Panatang Makabayan. Iniibig ko ang Pilipinas, aking lupang sinilangan, tahanan ng aking lahi. Kinukupkup ako at tinutulungan upang maging malakas, masipag at marangal. Dahil mahal ko ang Pilipinas, dirigin ko ang payo ng aking mga magulang. Susundin ko ang tuntunin ng lipunan. Tutuparin ko ang tungkulin ng mamamayang makabayan. Naglilingkod, nag-aaral at nagdarasal ng buong katapatan. Ialay ko ang aking buhay, pangarap at pagsisikap sa bansang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po and we'll see you again next week Saturday.